How do you organize your thoughts? You keep sticky notes? You write to-do lists? However you do it, there are many people, especially young professionals, with a very busy schedule. In an ideal world, we would keep reminders about our deadlines, where we have to buy groceries, etc. But in the ideal world, we would also regularly check our to-do lists, what to do. But the reality is, we're human, we try to be comfortable. And that is, we forget about things. And this is very annoying, especially if you could do things when you're close to them, but you forget about it. Imagine you need to buy groceries and you also want to buy a grocery store, but you actually forget that you wanted to buy it. Or another example would be there is a post office next to in a sideway, but you don't really see it as you don't walk by there, so you forget about it. So the problem is there are tasks which requires to be done at a specific place, and you forget about it because you're not aware of that. Let me introduce you Loco Todo. It's a to-do app with third and touch. It is focused on locations, and it reminds you not only about one certain location, but it reminds you about things to do in a specific type of venture. For example, a supermarket, a post office, or a bank. Therefore, people save time and effort by avoiding unnecessary commutes. Why? They save time because they can do the things when they're actually there, and they save the unnecessary commutes because they don't have to go back once they forget it. How does it work? It's a simple to-do list, or it looks like a simple to-do list, but it's so much more. If you enter your to-do, you also give or tell the application the kind of venture it is, like the bank, post office. And we will identify on your walk when you come close to these kind of ventures. And then we notify you when you're close to it. Furthermore, you can tell how much extra time you're willing to spend. So if like you walk one way, but there's like in a side street another location of that venture, then you say, yeah, I'm willing for this task to spend 5 minutes extra, and then we will notify you once you come close in this radius.
Thanks Conrad for his presentation. Next, I would like to introduce about our application. Firstly, we choose the React Native framework to develop our application because of 4 main reasons. The first reason is that it is a cross-platform framework, so that we will only have to write the code once and it will run everywhere on both iOS and Android device. Next, it had a very huge community support because it is an open source project, and it is also backed by Facebook, and so that we will get help easily if we have some trouble with the framework. The third reason is that it will increase our development speed because it uses the component-based architecture, so we can reuse the code and share the code easily. And finally, it uses the HTML and JavaScript programming language, so that it's very easy to learn. So, and that is the 4 reasons that we choose this framework. Next, I would like to show you our application architecture. There are two main layers in our application. The first one is the UI layers. It's composed of the UI components and the navigator. The UI components will interact with user, for example, a button, a list, and a navigator will redirect the user to the right location in our application. Behind the UI layers is the business layer. It has the action reducer and Redux store. The action will receive the input from the UI component and the Google Map API, and then it will forward the data to the reducer for processing it. After that, the reducer will return the output to the Redux store, and the Redux store will send the feedback to the UI layer. And that's it. That's how our application works. Next, I would like to talk about the customer segment and customer relationship. About the customer segment, we just focus on the mass market. Basically, every person with a smartphone can be our customer, and we haven't have the customer relationship yet because we are in the development process, and we only contact user personally for the feedback. Next, I would like to talk about the cost structure and revenue stream. We do not have any money yet, and so we don't have any cost yet. And about the revenue stream, we apply the freemium and premium model. For example, we will show the user an advertisement if he or she complete an item with our location recommendation feature, or we can let the user pay one-time fee of about $10, so he will not get any advertisement.
Now I will move to another part of the business model. I'll talk about the key resources. The key resources of our project are the employees and the application itself. Key partners, we don't have any key partners right now. The key activities, now we are contacting the potential customers of our product, and we will see how our product will fit in the market. And we are working on the application development and how to find fund for this project. Our channels, we will publish the application on Google Play and Apple Store. Now I will move to the competitor analysis. Actually, we have many competitors in this market because the problem is a little bit old. You can see that we have Remind Loco, iOS Reminder, AnyDo, and Google Keep and Microsoft To Do. So there are many applications, but they have different features. Actually, all of them support doing to-do list, but not all of them support the location reminder. Actually, we are the single will be the first one to bring these features to the market. The features are similar location reminder and the specify importance. So you can specify the importance of this task, and you will get notified when you are not that close to the location. So you get notified when you, for example, 2 kilometers far from the task, the location. And about the customer and the user, we prepared some questions to get some information from the user and how the people will receive our application. The main information that we targeted from this questionnaire is do people notice this problem, or do they have this problem of forgetting things, and they need to get reminded, and how they solve this problem right now, and do they use some similar products. So we wanted to know how important will our application will be for them, and do they have some background about such products, and will they, and more directly, will they use our application or not, and will they pay for this application or not.
So when it comes to the quantitative analysis, we wanted to see how many people use reminder applications. From 2.3 billion people that use generally mobile applications, there is about 1 million people that have downloaded reminder applications. From that number, the majority, about 70%, goes to the Google Keep applications. About 400k goes to Wunderlist application, and there is a number of 44,000 people that have downloaded the most expensive application on the market called Remember the Milk application. Also, we wanted to see how Google Trends see these applications. So we searched for the word local remind in Google Trends, which is the core feature of our application, and it has increased in the last year, along with a high number of trending, with a high number on the trending graph from the general reminder term. Speaking of the risk analysis, we have 5 major concerns. So the first question we ask ourselves is, do people need our location remind feature, which is already on the market? Second thing is, if people have that feature on their phones, why they don't use it? So that are the first 3 questions, and the last 2 are tightened with the questions which is the most important for the market. Are people ready to pay for our feature and for our application in general? I think we have decided to go with freemium model. So we have a free version which shows ads after each item is completed, and we have a premium version which is one-time payment of $9.99 per year for ads-free experience. Our competitors have the similar business models. The first one is AnyDo application, which is freemium also, with monthly payment. There is also Remember the Milk, which is the most expensive, with $40 per year. And there are also applications from big players such as Microsoft and Google, which are financed through their other core businesses. Thank you for your attention.